All right, guys, I got to talk about this. I don't even know where to begin right now. I had a perfect subject to talk about this. Well, we'll come up with it in a second. Give me about 30 seconds to try. Give me about 10 to 30 seconds to think about it right quick. This is DJ Wolf Live. All right, guys. Trump, and this has been, I'm starting to really think, and this is my take on it. If Trump, as they've been reporting, had a Chinese bank account, all right, storing money into a Chinese bank account, and considering this is the same guy who said that the virus came from the Chinese, and I think that's kind of ironic. You would say that the Chinese was the ones that created the virus, allegedly, but yet you're the one that has a Chinese bank account. What does that kind of tell me, in some respect? That you may have been in cahoots with them. If you claim, and I mean claim, because this is not a fact, this has not been proven to be a fact, that they created the virus. All right, I know that they start early rumors about, it came from a city in China. I forgot the name of the city, but allegedly came from a city in China, allegedly, and that's how they created the coronavirus, from bats. That's what the original story was. And of course, Trump ran with that for some time, that the virus came from the Chinese. He just kept saying it. Just baseless facts that he said. All right. But, like I said again, he's the same doo-doo head that had a Chinese bank account, allegedly. And I'm going to say allegedly because but it's been published. A couple of published reports about that. And like I said, I had to think about that. I said, maybe he was in cahoots with them. Maybe this was not as mysterious as once thought, because maybe this was something that was created by man. They already saying that now. I've been hearing that. There's been some other stories about that too. What? I'm thinking that maybe one of the reasons why they could not figure out what was causing it, as I'm thinking, because I don't know, he's been saying a lot of crazy stuff. One of the things that he said in one of the rallies, that he may leave the country. Yeah. Now, to me, that's suspicious coming from him. But then again, everything is suspicious coming from him. I had a discussion with a colleague of mine, and we were like, he don't even care about his own family, And it was, the story went out that he wasn't, Marlena had delayed coming down here. It wasn't because of bearing issue with the school or whatever, transfer, because we know that was bullshit. He could transfer in a second. He was the president's son. It was more along the lines of because he was cut out of Trump's will. I initially thought that may have been, and this is my thought, was because she was ready to divorce him and wanted to renegotiate their marriage, which was kind of true in a way when it came to bearing. And I'm thinking, you will cut your son, your youngest son, out of your will. Do you hate your son, your preteen son, that much? Now, I'm not gonna lie. My son, when he was a little younger, used to get on my nerves sometimes. But I love him dearly. That's my heart. That's my bud. That's my baby boy. So But I would never do that. I would never do that. Hadn't even thought about it. But this dude who's allegedly worth millions, allegedly, yeah, I'm going to say that because I don't think he still is. That's another story. Wouldn't even want to put his son in his will. No. Nope. I found out last year my dad didn't even have a will. It's not that one that I knew about. But that's another story too. I'll probably talk about that on another podcast. But he doesn't care. He don't even care about his own base. The people who worship the ground he walk on. He could take a shit right out on Pennsylvania Avenue right now on somebody's face, and his base would still love him. We ain't talking about just his base of elitists, like bitch the Mitch McConnell. We talking about the regular folks, you know, the folks who trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. People who follow Trump, yeah, those guys. They love him to death, no matter what he does. I mean, literally, no matter what he does, no matter what he does, and that's a fact. Yeah, I've witnessed it. I've actually witnessed it. I mean, really? He don't care. He does not care. He does not care at all. No. He doesn't give one iota order. He does not. He does not. He does not. Period. He absolutely don't give a shit. He doesn't give two shits about it. He truly don't. That's the really sad part about it. You know? And I'm thinking myself, and we had another part of the discussion about what we were saying. I was saying to him, I said, look, I know there's people that don't like me. There's people I don't like. I told him honestly, there's some people in my church I don't like. And I'm being very serious about it. There's some I just don't like, period. There's some church folks I absolutely love and will continue to love them. You know, who's a riders. I'll get to that in another podcast. Because, matter of fact, I think I talked about it before. Anyway, but my thing is, yeah, you got people who ain't gonna like. Not everybody that you know, that you work with, that you come in contact with, even neighbors, ain't gonna like you. Ain't gonna just like you. Is it stuck? Oh my God, I think it's stuck. You know, ain't gonna like you. Not everybody gonna like you. You know, that's just how life works sometimes. But, and that's a big but. The last thing I want to do is see somebody be hurt. I thought about that. I had a neighbor of mine. This is a true story. I don't know what was wrong with her ass. I had a neighbor of mine, a young girl I used to go to school with. And she said, quote, I like seeing people sad. I don't. And I'm going to be honest with you. I wouldn't give a damn if they were my worst enemy. I don't like to see people sad. I don't. I do not. I can talk about this with conviction. My father, who you guys all know, passed away a year ago last July. And at one point, I was at his house, man, and he broke down. I mean, he was very incapacitated, man. He broke down and cried, man. And I'm not going to lie. It broke my heart. My niece just had to be over there, and she was very consoling to him, man. And she was consoling him so deep, man. And I almost broke down and cried right in front of them both. And that's the last thing I want to see, let alone anything else. You know, does anybody be heartbroken like that? I don't care. I'm the kind of person, I don't like to see anybody sad. I don't. Nope. I don't give a damn if you're a woman or a boy, definitely not kids, man. I don't like to see any kids sad. I really don't. It's heartbreaking for me. And I've been in situations like that where I've seen that. You know, even when I used to discipline my son, I used to hate to see him sad, but I would talk to him. I said, "Hey, man, just do what you told. You'll be all right." You know, I used to talk. You know, I used to talk to him. You know, say, "Yeah, okay, I disciplined you, but you know, listen, man, we'll be all right. You just do what you're supposed to do." But you gotta be able to talk to people. You gotta know how to communicate with people the right way. You know, you gotta have that love in your heart. You know, that's the one thing about it, because I honestly say that I think since I've been going back to church the last 8 years, I think I have a little bit more love in my heart than I did before. I am sort of a little slower to anger. Yeah, you know, something will tick me off every now and then, but I'm not as angry as I once was. I still have that, but not. And I don't mean like anger. Like, I'm just like, you know, I don't. How can I put it? I'm a lot slower to it than I have been. You know, it take a lot out of me to do that, but to just be outright nasty, no, I'm not like that. I can't. It's not my nature. It's not my trait. It's not my blood. You know, some things that you might learn bad habits from your parents from. A lot of us have. I know I was one of them. You know, but you learn at some point how to be your own person from out of that. You know, you learn how to be a better you. I've talked about that before. Where you learn to be your own individuality and stop trying to be what your parents was about. Be what you need to be about. That's what that's about. You know? I had to learn that. Because you should. You know? You really should. A lot of us don't learn that. A lot of us want to be so much like our parents that we just completely emulate them and not learn how to be yourself. And I'm thinking that's kind of like Donald Trump. See, his father was ruthless. His father was known for being ruthless. You know? His father had a long history of that. And if I'm not mistaken, I think his grandfather did too. That's why they were so wealthy. But that's another whole story. The thing of it is, I don't think he ever learned to be anybody, to be himself. Like, let's play it. I don't think he ever learned to be himself. You know? He never really learned to love. You know? And if he was really about this country, like he claimed he was, he would be about love of everybody. Not just somebody. Not just certain people. Not just certain bases. So that's the problem with all these rich folks out here like that. The thing of it is, there's certain rich people he don't like. You know? But that's another whole... what I'm saying is that he was the wrong candidate from day one. And what amazed me is a couple of things. First of all, he said, and I quote, he was going to drain the swamp. How the hell are you going to drain a swamp when you live in that mall? 24/7. You live in a damn swamp. Your mentality is of a swamp nature. You know, that's what tripped me out. You have a mentality of a person who like to live in filth, who like to live mentally, like to live in dirt, like to live in bullshit. But his asshole was talking about draining a swamp. Really? You're part of the very thing you said you were trying to get rid of. You know? Yeah. This guy. I'm going to drain the swamp. How you going to drain something you were already part of? Wouldn't that mean you had to be out of that mentality in order for you to make that happen? But he wasn't. He's very much a part of that. He's very much a part of the problem that we got now. And yet, people offend him. Part of that problem is because too many people are drinking the Kool-Aid. And one thing I noticed, me and my wife, we were watching him at one of his rallies the other night. And I'm saying, I said, baby, look, this guy is out there cracking jokes and smiling and shitting and grinning as though nothing's, there's nothing else to do. Yeah. That's astonished the living hell out of me. How are you going to sit there as a so-called goddamn president shitting and grinning when you got shit to fix in this country? Yeah. You try to tell everybody, what do you can do? You know, what really kills me about Trump, he's constantly trying to tell all these experts what to do when he has no degrees in any of the stuff he's telling them to do. Really? Yeah. Only thing he wants to do is give orders and be a boss. But he don't even know what the fuck he bossing people around for or why. He's just doing it. You know? The other thing is, and I have to admit it, and first I was like, is that the fact that he talks way too much. He opens his mouth up for no good damn reason. Yeah. Way more than he should. Completely talking out the side of his neck. To this day, I still don't know why. You know. I mean, literally talking out the side of his neck. Just saying dumb shit. I'm like, just saying dumb shit. You know? I've yet to figure out why. I'm just saying outrageously dumb shit. And people are entertained by him. They're just laughing and grinning and skinning. They're not demanding that he fix problems. I'm talking about his base. You know? And I know not everybody in his base, or now when I say base, I'm talking about people who ride with him. Not necessarily rich folks either. Because there are a lot of Donald Trump supporters who aren't even rich. They aren't even, some of them are barely middle class. That's a fact. But I don't understand it. I was like, this guy's making you poor, and yet you're still going to support him. This guy making your family members out here sicker, and yet you're going to support him. This guy got the best of everything that he hasn't offered to you yet, and you're still going to support him. Yeah. This guy has access to everything that you don't have or may never have. And yet, you're going to still support him. That's what I don't get. I don't get the mentality. The only thing I can say is people are drinking the Kool-Aid and they like to be entertained by Trump. The last thing, now don't get me wrong, now Obama was entertaining. The way he surgically dismantled Trump verbally was probably one of the greatest, how can I put it? One of the greatest, well, I used to say back in the day, dog outs ever. You know? I mean, he went to town on it all day. I wish he had done that 4 years ago, but this is the perfect time to do it as well. Even more so. You know? But he went to town on it. I mean, he went to town. He took him to task. He ready to ride that on Trump, man. I can't wait to hear what Trump has to say about it. He's gonna say something stupid. He's gonna get mad as hell because Trump is the one person that they say can always get under 45 skin, and he does it so well. And he did have some humor behind it, and I laughed about it, but it was all factual. Whereas Trump is just talking gibberish. You don't know what the fuck he's talking about. You really don't. And it was clear that I don't even think he know. You know? He talking about, I'm going to kiss everybody that woman. It's a great drug. He's talking about how great he is. Obama telling you, hey, let's get together and work this out, man. You know, I still give Obama credit for what credit due. He will turn sugar into gold on you. And that's what he did. And he did a masterful job of it. You know, he really did. Trump, he took sugar and turned it to shit. Like he always does. My thing is, you need a president like Obama. Maybe somebody a little bit more firm than Obama, but like Obama. I would rather have an Obama than a Trump any day of the week. I'm going to say that with full speed ahead on that. Because Obama cared enough about the country where he offered something that no other president has ever offered. Affordable health care. Okay. Trump was talking about dismantling Obamacare and never had a plan to build a new type of Obama type care. No plan in the works. Never talked about it the entire 4 years. And that's the kind of guy you want in office? You do? Remember, this is the guy who can order your kids to go off to war at any time he wants. This guy. Yeah. I don't get it. Voting against your own self-interest. Voting against the things that matter to you in your life. Yeah. This is a guy who has yet to even attempt to find a solution for the cure to the coronavirus. He has yet to do it. And admitted on audio to a famed Washington Post reporter that he had knew about all the time. He just didn't want to tell her. He didn't want to alarm the American public. Those were his very fucking words. His very damn words. And yet, y'all blow it off. Yeah. It's like, poof. No big deal. Yeah. Y'all motherfuckers blow it off. It's like it ain't nothing. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal at all, y'all guys. I you know, and I'm still amazed that y'all are so trivial about it. I'm talking about y'all Trump supporters, you sycophants, who people think Trump walks on water. It's the one thing he really big as he is. I don't think you think he walk on anything that's that light, you know. But that's another story. But I just shake my head every time I think about it. Every time I think about how much of a butt munch he really is. Because he is just that, a complete... Oh, man, don't tell me the traffic is hacking up over here today. He's a complete butt munch. Yeah, yes. You know, he's so grandiose. He look up to crooked leaders. He like those guys. He love Kim Jong-un. He said he's in love with him. He talking about kissing men and women and children. I could just kiss them. Didn't say why. He just said he was going to do it. He could do it. He was just like up to go up there. Yeah, I could just kiss everybody. Because he loves to be worshipped. He loves to be worshipped. That's what he looks for. He looks for love in all the wrong places, and he loves to be worshipped. Yeah. He loves his ass to be kissed. He's looking for people to be beneath him. That's basically what he's looking for. He wants to be a king. Yeah. He wants to be something he's not. If Trump actually was to have been a ruler, he would be a horrible ruler. And I'm going to tell you, I think that's just my opinion, not fact. I'm not claiming any facts to it. I really do believe that sometimes he'd be hopped up on something. Because he be talking completely out the side of his neck. And like Obama said, why would anyone want a president like that? Why would anyone even want to vote for a douchebag like him and continue to put him in office for another 4 years while you and your family continue to suffer? Your children are suffering from lack of education because they're getting this online education. Not that it's not bad, but it ain't what they're used to. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You can't go out. Can't watch kids play like they normally do anymore. You can't see a child smile. You can't see your wife smile. You can't see your husband smile. I mean, I'm just talking about, families, man. Just the dynamic has changed forever right now. Hopefully it won't be forever. But I think there are things that are changing now. We have to be a lot more cautious with the things we do. And the people we pick to represent us. Wink, wink. It's a shame, man. And I'm going to say this. I hadn't seen my mother in over a year. Now, I hadn't had any immediate plans to go visit Cleveland. But to go see my mother, I would have. I talked to you guys about my family drama up there. And I'm not going to really go into it. All I say is I'd go see my mom. Because it's my only living parent right now. And she's only one of a few of my relatives on that side of the family left. It's a shame, and a lot of us are in that boat right now where you can't see your folks, even your folks that are in a nursing home or whatever, because of a guy like Trump. Well, no, because of Trump. I ain't gonna say that. No, not because of a guy like, him and guys like him. Let's put it like that. Who don't give a damn about really virtually almost your whole existence. He doesn't care. He's never cared. His existence mattered before anybody and everybody else's. That's a shame. Obama gave a speech like a presidential candidate should give a speech. I've yet to hear that from Trump. I barely heard it from Biden. I need to hear more of it tonight. I like to see what they do. I definitely like to see Biden step it up. Because I'm not a fan of Biden, but I'm rooting for him. And I was telling somebody, and I know, guys, I know y'all heard me say I didn't want to vote. I'm not voting. But I changed my mind. I can no longer stand to see this son of a bitch do what he's doing and continue to do more of. He's damn near destroyed many people's way of life. And the quality of life. Many families are broken up because of this son of a bitch. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. It's true. This guy, as far as I'm concerned, in part, and I'm saying in part, maybe not entirely in whole, but in part, is, in my opinion, is in part responsible for the death of more than 220 of our fellow Americans. In less than a year, really. Yeah. That's outrageous, man. That's outrageous. That's a damn shame. Many of them avoidable. And he sat there, and they asked, was he going to try to do anything about it? He said, I'm not going to do nothing. Knows he doesn't even talk about Corona. Matter of fact, I saw one of the campaign rallies that he did, and this fool was literally trivializing. He was. I mean, literally trivializing the campaign. I mean, the campaign. The coronavirus. He was trivializing the whole process. Corona, let's take a corona. He actually said that. I heard him say it with my own 2 ears. He's at a point he doesn't even want to talk about the coronavirus. And he's the president. Who the fuck wanted a president like that? You gotta be a complete jackass to want a president who doesn't want to talk about things that affect you and your family. Not only not, he does not want to talk about it, he don't want to do anything about it. Yeah. He just does not care. He don't. I mean, I was shocked when he said that, you know, he complained about hearing about coronavirus. That's all CNN talk about. That's all they talk about. That's all they talk about. Yeah, what else they gonna talk about? You ain't giving them nothing else to talk about because you're not doing any damn thing. Boy, I tell you, man, it's enough to make your head spin. Literally. He's complaining about a cable news organization. And if I'm concerned, some of y'all don't like CNN, but I'm gonna tell you right now, this is the best I've ever seen CNN. They're talking issues, and they're like the opposite of what Fox News was to the Republican Party. I would say CNN is more fair and balanced than any other network I watch. They truly are. Fox is starting to lean a little bit towards that now, surprisingly. And what's even more surprising, because of Trump. Yeah. Even they have problems with Trump. I was shocked. Steve Ducey, of all people, was talking about Trump recently. Well, he had to tell Trump, hey, look, man, we can't have you on every week. He literally said it. He actually said that. I was like, whoa. Steve Douchebag told Trump to stand down. He actually told him that. He didn't say stand down. He said, we just can't have you on every week. We can't have you on whenever you feel like it. Yeah. He was coming on like every week on there. Sometimes 2 or 3 times a week. He said, dude, we can't keep this happening. Yeah. And it makes sense. Because after a while, people ain't going to want to do business with Fox News. Think about it. That's one of the reasons why they don't want to have Trump on like that. Because they know he will hurt their advertisement dollars. A lot of people are sick of hearing Trump. They're sick of hearing his mouth and his stupid-ass rhetoric. I'm personally tired of that. I'm tired of all the things that he never represented as quote-unquote president of the United States. That he's never, and I mean never represented as president. In the entire 4 years he's been in office. You know? And personally, if you look at the bigger picture, this ain't just a black and white thing with Trump. This is a problem with a guy who don't even want to run the country. He does not want to run it. I think he's not even fighting to run it. If you notice it. And my old lady was saying, she said, you know what? I think he's giving up. She said, quote, I don't think he want to be president anymore. I don't think he, to truthfully be honest, I don't think he would want to be president in the beginning. He was actually shocked when he won. He said that. Not sure why. How you gonna be shocked when you were the one set up the thing that put the sting on Hillary Clinton and then bash Obama? That was you. But you're shocked? Really? So everything you take is a joke? People's lives in this country are not jokes. But apparently that's the way you see life. One big joke. One big kiki, ha, ha, ha. It's not that way, y'all. You take your job as a president very loosely. You don't even take it regularly or seriously at all. And like Obama said, I think it was Obama said that if